we are here at Tadpole Bridge. My name is Erin Kennedy and I've been coaxing the four dads who are...
Nick, dad of Thomas Digby. Rory Carnegie, father of Sholto Carnegie. Al Davidson, father of Freddie.
And Hugh Elwes, father of Charlie Elwes. Hips, and shoulders, so we've got to get out and stretch.
And the bum.
And this is day 1 of 5.
Yeah.
So we're doing this 130-mile row for Love Row, which is the charity set up to enable disadvantaged communities rowing in state schools amongst the para community across the nation. We've all seen what an amazing effect rowing has had on our children. We'd like that to be spread far and wide, right across the country, so it's available to all.
The Royal Marsden was where my wife was treated for 2.5 years. They kept her alive for longer than might have been otherwise expected, and they're brilliant. They look after you really well. They're doing a lot of research into new cancers and rare cancers and trying to control this horrible disease that affects so many of us. So the money there is really well spent.
So we're 26k in, we're doing about 50 today. Just stopped for a very early lunch. We had a very wet start to the morning. Very difficult to boat actually at the start of the Thames, it turns out, but we got underway and it's been great. A couple of handbrake turns, the biggest rudder that I've ever used, and it's been really, really good. I'm actually really surprised it's actually much better than I thought it was going to be. I think their sons need to watch out that, LA 2028, we might see a new men's squad coming up for the entries.
Four sons just got on a quad and rode up the river, and it was great fun riding on Thames. I don't know how they were doing so fast.
He's laid down. Hey, let us go through the bridge.
I know. Well, yeah. No, but it's such a great cause, and it's a thing that we're starting to realise today how big the charity is.
It's been pretty awesome. We've had the tracker up at training kind of all day, so in between sessions we've got the whole squad kind of tracking where they've been, seeing how far they've gone along. But yeah, I think we've worked it out and they've been doing more miles than us a day, which is quite impressive actually, especially in a kind of a big coastal boat which is heavier and harder to move. So yeah, we're all very proud of them.
I mean, one of the things that I found really, really interesting, having watched Sholto row for so long, and you don't realise how concentrated you have to be with every stroke, because you just assume that they're just sort of, there's a bit of muscle memory and you're going through. But the moment you are remotely distracted, you lose your rhythm or you don't put a good stroke and it affects the rest of the boat. So it's been really interesting for me to understand what Sholto's doing.
It's an epic challenge, really. When I first heard about it, I was a little sceptical, I'll be honest. But I think they've got the hardest days out of the way. I think with 2 more days to go, I think they're definitely going to make it, no matter how long they take on the next couple of days.
So we are going to take 2 quads and we're going to meet the 4 dads, and we're going to row down the Clifton Reach with them, which is one of the most stunning bits of river. They've worked really, really, really hard. We suspect they're going to be slightly knackered, so we're going to try and raise a cheer and help them through this last bit. This bit.
I think we as Love Rowing, I think the very first thing we want to say is thank you to the 4 dads. They are absolutely amazing, exceptional. I think they typify what we're trying to do with the charity, which is to do something larger than yourself to help other people. I think that it's born of tragedy in some way, but what a way of responding to it. So thank you, dads.
Yeah, thank you.
Carry around the first stop
and operate the lock ourselves. So we had to get into the side and Harry jump out at the next 2 locks. So it all takes a bit more time, and our bums get sore.
I actually think these guys pay attention to what I say a bit more.
I'd say that.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier to just get everything coordinated. Their sons are a little bit more of a challenge, I think.
We've learned something, all the different coxes. They all bring something new to the boat. Harry's taught us a couple of new things this morning, and you can feel the improvement as we go along in the boat. We're getting smoother, more in time, more accrued, and the boat's travelling faster, and you can feel it, and it's really quite nice. Can it be taken seriously in these glasses?
You can see all the gear and no idea.
A little bit tired. Something to do with a sore bum. Yeah, I think because everyone else in front of you wasn't looking at you, you were just kind of...
One of our coxes yesterday suggested we take on, we could race in this in the summer. They race these at some of the clubs down the Thames. So he suggested we do one of those.
No, but we want a Henley row pass. Yeah, Henley row pass. 4 dads.
Have you caught any crabs?
How many is probably more questions. Maybe one or two.